Okay, guys, in this video, we are going to look at one more example of finding the inverse. So here, instead of f of x, I always will need to change it to y so that I can find the inverse. And in this case, x has to be greater than or equal to 2 because that's the domain, right? Remember that the expression under the root has to be greater than or equal to 0 all the time. Okay, so let's see if we can switch x and y, because that's our next step. And then we're trying to solve this for y. So first we want to isolate the square root. And we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. So we're going to get x minus 5 equals square root. Okay, and then we are going to square both sides. So this is a trick that is used all the time to get rid of the square root. Just square both sides. But when you square, make sure you square the whole thing. So that's going to cancel the root, and it'll make it y minus 2 on the right hand side and x minus 5, the whole thing squared here. And finally, we will just add 2 to both sides. So that's our inverse, but we do want to see what restriction we have to make on x and why we have to do that. Okay, so what I want you to remember is that the domain and range switch around whenever you are talking about inverses, because inverses x and y just switch each other, right? So for the original function, the domain was x greater than or equal to 2. So this means this would be an interval starting with 2 and infinity. What was the range of this function? So generally, square root function starts at 0, goes to infinity, but you are raising it up by 5. So this is actually going to be 5 to infinity because you add in 5 to it. And that's the original function. So for the inverse, the domain and range will flip. So that means that this should be greater than or equal to 5, because now our domain is going to be 5 to infinity.